Hey, what's up guys? Grimsie42 here, and I am here with quite a big pile of garage sale goodies, and this is going to be part 1 of week 4, and unfortunately, again, just like the previous week, I'm going to have to split this into 2 parts. I just found too many things, and that's not always a bad thing, but it's definitely a lot of stuff. So without further ado, I'm going to go ahead and jump right in. The first items I've got here are a couple Wii games that I picked up at a sale, and there's 4 of them here. And what's funny is I would like to say I've got a keen eye for spotting games. I usually can spot them, 3-4 houses down as I'm pulling up in the car. And I got to this sale and I looked around, and it looked like it was a sale that should have games. It had kid stuff of the right age, etc. And I didn't see any. And as always, I always ask because there's a chance that they're just in the house, or I missed them, and that was the case. She said, yeah, they're right over there. And I'm kind of like, okay, I guess I'm just blind. So I grabbed 4 out of the stack. Some of them were kind of throwaway, and to be honest, these 4 aren't amazing, but they're still Wii titles that I was happy to add to the collection. The first one, I believe, is the last entry in the 2K hockey series, which I actually am a really big fan of, and it's NHL 2K11. So that was only priced at $1. This next one's kind of neat looking. It looks like it's a Ultimate Hoops Challenge, and it's got like Clyde the Glide and Larry Bird and some other all-time great basketball players from the Hall of Fame, and that one was priced at $2. Next is kind of a cool looking puzzle game. It's called Rubik's World. I guess it's based off of a Rubik's Cube, but that one was also $2. And lastly, it's not the most exciting looking game. Maybe my wife will play it, but it's Cooking Mama Cook-Off, and it's $2. And then those all added up to I guess $7. But I bundled them for $5. So 4 Wii games for $5, even though they're kind of just filler titles, I thought was pretty cool. And this was actually on my want list because it was the last 2K series entry, and I'm actually a fan of that series, so pretty cool. But moving on, the next sale I went to, I got 4 games and then 2 other items. The first is another Wii title. And believe it or not, I already have this, but the price was right, so I grabbed it. It's a copy of Red Steel, and I want to say I paid $1 for it, so definitely worth $1 for, a game that I could trade away. This next one also was $1, and I thought was well worth it. A very clean copy of Enter the Matrix, and that's in like perfect condition, so that was definitely cool. This next one I had taken a little while to find. Not that I don't see it very often, but I wanted it to come with the map and the manual, which this one does. And it's a copy of Grand Theft Auto San Andreas. And like I said, it's got the map and the manual in there. I'm not sure if this is the hot coffee version. Not that I really care about that scene, but I definitely wanted to find that version. So I've been doing some research online on how you can tell which release it is. So I'm definitely going to do a little more looking into that, figure out which version actually has that so that I can add that to the collection, because that was kind of a cool little moment in video game history. I believe it was the first instance of pornographic encounters, if you will, in a video game. So that'll definitely be something that's cool to add to the collection. If there's a way I can distinguish, like, is the cover art different, or has it got a different date on it, or whatever. But I'll be looking into that. This next one I want to find on GameCube, but for now I'm happy to have on PS2, and I actually played through this, and it's actually a really fun game. I enjoyed it. It's Star Wars Bounty Hunter. It's pretty cool. Basically, it takes place, I think, between Episode 1 and Episode 2, and you play as Jango Fett, so pretty cool. I like the idea. And then the last item, or items, is just a couple first-party memory cards. It's a red one and a blue one, so pretty cool. Good to add a few more to the collection. These next 4 titles, 3 of these I'm very excited for, actually. There's definitely some good stuff in here. This first one I've had my eye on for a while, and I definitely wanted to pick up. I didn't want to pay retail for it, and luckily I was able to find this bundled, and one of the games that it was bundled with I have. The other one went to my buddy. But I wound up getting all three games for 13 bucks, and that's like less than I would have paid just for this one. And it's Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic 2. I'm told it's a phenomenal series, so I was definitely happy to add this to my small Xbox collection. And then the other game I got with it, unfortunately, is a Platinum Hits, but I'll take it for now and then I'll upgrade later. And it's Star Wars Republic Commando. And it looks pretty cool. It looks like it's a decent looking game, so I'll definitely check it out if it'll work on my 360. If not, then I'll have to wait till I get an original Xbox. But definitely cool. And while we're on the subject of original Xbox, I actually picked this game up at a sale. I have one other game that I got there too. And I paid, actually let me show you the other one first. I only grabbed this because it looks decent and I had heard some decent reviews on it, and it was $5, so I was okay paying that. It's a copy of The Darkness for Xbox 360. And the one that I was really happy about, in a previous garage sale video, you may have seen me pick this up, and I picked up a cleaner copy than that one. And I only paid $5 for it, so I was extremely, extremely happy. And it is a copy of Conquer Live and Reloaded. So totally, totally happy to add this to the collection for the second time. I've already traded the other one away since I had gotten this one because, like I said, this one is in like perfect condition. So totally, totally happy to get this. It was definitely something that, you know, I was originally looking for when I picked it up, and you know, to get a perfect copy for $5 is just, I couldn't believe it. This next sale had a lot of good stuff, and my buddy and I split it up. Basically what we did was we saw the stuff, we basically put everything we wanted in a pile. I made the guy an offer, and he threw it in a bag. And the reason I did that, this is actually a tip I have for you. If you go garage selling by yourself, obviously it's not as, I guess, important of a tip. You can still kind of take advantage of it, but don't dawdle when at garage sales. So obviously, the longer you spend at a sale, the greater the chance of somebody coming to a, you know, the next sale that you would go to is. But more importantly, the greater the chance of somebody coming to that specific sale. Especially if you like look on Craigslist and it said, you know, like video games or, you know, whatever. Because if you do that, then what's going to happen is if you're taking your time and you're looking around and everything and you're being kind of slow, somebody else might roll up. And if there's a lot of games, if you're not physically holding it most of the time, they'll just grab it all up themselves. So basically what we did was we identified everything we wanted, put it in a huge pile, made an offer, and once we had it and it was ours, it was done. And I paid quickly. That way nobody else could come up and make him another offer or whatever. And we got everything that was totaled for $40. So I'm going to go ahead and show you what I actually got out of the pile. And my friend, believe it or not, actually got more than this. So the first thing is a Nintendo 64. Unfortunately, no expansion pack, but still, it was priced at $10. And what was cool is it came with a first-party Rumble Pack. And even cooler, moderately tight joystick. It came with a Jungle Green controller, which is really cool because I've actually got a Jungle Green N64, so now I've got two Jungle Green controllers for it. Another thing that I grabbed out of there was just a standard HDMI cord. Still thought that was pretty cool. And I've got a small pile of games here. The first one is Super Mario World, always a good trader, so I picked up a spare copy. Same thing with this next one. It is a gold copy of The Legend of Zelda. A little chipped up, but it's still in decent shape, and I was definitely happy to pick that up. Next one is a game that I want to get complete, but for now I'll take just the card only. It's X-Men 2: The Clone Wars. Really fun game. I definitely enjoy playing it. This next one, it looks really fun. Unfortunately, the paper insert's a little banged up, so I'll be looking to upgrade eventually, but it is a complete copy of Disney's Tailspin. So definitely excited to add that to the collection. This next one, the front of it kind of reminds me of Captain Planet. I can't say why, maybe it's just the art style, but it's Mick and Mac as the Global Gladiators. And I mean, if you look at that, if you've seen Captain Planet, that really does remind me of the art style, so I don't know. But this one was in really good shape, and it is complete, so definitely cool there. And lastly, this is the one I was most excited about in the entire pile, and I was really happy that when my buddy and I split everything up, that this was something I was able to come home with. And basically how we did that was we bought everything we knew we wanted, and when we got back to his place, we were actually just going to take turns picking items. But what I did was I actually just put the few things that I really wanted in a pile, and was like, I'll tell you what, you can have everything else if I can just have this. And obviously, there was like no like amazing collection editions. It was just decent stuff. So he was okay with that because he definitely got the better end of the like monetary value. And then I got the specific few that I wanted. So I think we both turned out pretty well there. But this title I was really happy to get. It's Ultimate Mortal Kombat 3. And the reason I was happy to get this is these cardboard Genesis games really took a beating, and this box is in pretty good shape. So really happy to add this to the collection. I believe this is the last Mortal Kombat I needed for the system too, so that will actually complete my Mortal Kombat games for the Genesis. So that's definitely a cool little mini goal there that I got to take care of. Anyways, guys, this wraps up part 1. In part 2, I've definitely got some really, really good items. It's not going to be as long as this one for you guys, fortunately, but there's definitely some cool stuff in there, so definitely look forward to it. And until next time, guys, take care.